go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Hello Don. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So yeah, this is Data to Dashboard series, and this week we're featuring Makeover Monday. So if you're new to the channel or new to these live streams, I do this every Tuesday, and I swap between doing Makeover Monday or Back to Viz Basics. And then I also do another live stream on Friday mornings where I do the weekly Workout Wednesday challenge. So lots of opportunities to tune in and see how I approach Tableau, see how I build in Tableau, and we have some fun and learn a few things along the way. So thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into Makeover Monday. All right, so we've got Makeover Monday. We've got some 2023 world population metrics, which is kind of interesting. So we've got 234 columns, so 234 countries for 2023. We see population, yearly change, the yearly change percentage, the volume of change, and then we have density of population. Okay, so the population per square kilometer. And then we have the land area per. Interesting. And then we have a migrants metric, fertility rate, median age, urban population, and then world share. I assume that's going to be population world share. Interesting. Cool. A lot of really interesting metrics in here. So let's download this data and let's get to work. Let's download. No thanks. And then let's do. There we go. Great. Let's do this. It's a Microsoft Excel file. And our downloads. So, also, if you're first tuning in, I pretty much do this blind. Means I haven't done any calculating. I haven't done any designing. I haven't really thought about it. I'm just kind of winging it. So. This is as real as it gets. So, looks good. I don't think I need this column. That's like a row number column. Country automatically goes to a country. Yep, that's good. Net change, and then we got all of our stuff in there. Very good. Okay, very cool. All right. And where do we want to save the extract? That looks good. All right. So, let's go back. Edit the data source. Interestingly, these are all coming in as text fields. I wonder why. Is there... let's do number whole. Let's do a number decimal. Wait, what was that? Yeah. Is it decimal? Oh, no, decimal. There we go. And net change. Let's just do it all as decimals, right? Can't hurt anybody. Can't hurt to do just decimals, and if we need them, we can do that. So decimal, decimal. This is decimal. Fertility rate is a decimal. So we're doing a little bit of data cleaning here, which is always good, right? And then we have Oh, because they have percentages. That's interesting. So hopefully we get 0.36. Very good. And then here we have also decimal. There we go. All right, there we go. Now that we've got our data working the way that we want it to, there we go. That looks better. Okay, let's see. What do we want to build here? What about let's just do everything. Obviously that's going to be, and then we can change this to a circle. Obviously that's going to be really, really large. Does it make sense to do this? I don't know, but so here we have all of this. Now, of course, this number is really blowing everything out. So maybe we remove population. We still have rates, and we have raw values here, right? So maybe it doesn't make sense to do that. What if we do... Oh, and I don't need the count of rows. That's another one I don't need. And I'm just thinking, like, trying to think if there's like a... What I was thinking about doing is like a parallel coordinates type of thing. Or like, what if we do... Or maybe like a bump chart type of thing. But you wouldn't really be connecting the lines that way, so that's not really necessarily what we would want. And I think a map is like, if we just did like, I don't know, negative, that's going to be positive and negative, right? Median age. Yeah, I don't think a map is going to really get us what we want. And I don't think that's right. How can the fertility rate... What's going on with our numbers here? How on earth is fertility rate describe load? Do you think that... Oh. Could that be like... Because I know some countries... Here, let's do this. This happened... Let's go here. I wonder if we can get to the source data. We were looking at fertility rate. Yeah, see, something's messed up here. So how can we get this data out? Close. Well, that's even worse format than before. Let's see. So this is always fun to do. Can I... What happens if I do this? Can I just copy and paste these values? What are the odds that this is actually going to work and look nice? Probably slim and none, but we'll see. So let's open a new Excel workbook. Hey, look at that. We lucked out. My goodness, that was great. Okay. So now just eyeballing it here. The average, count, min, X. Yeah, this is better. All right. So I'm going to do this. And we'll copy. Let's go back to Tableau and let's paste that data in here. Urban population still came in as a percentage. So let's do, or as a string field because of that. So let's do, we'll call this urban, I'll just call it urban percentage. And it'll be integer left urban 2 characters divided by 100. And then we'll bring that out. Where's my, there, urban percentage and world. All right, so then these are all percentages. There we go. Let's see, anything else look really wonky right now? So that's the net. Migrants. What did I miss here? All right, so we have country, population. Oh, okay, so it didn't take the, it didn't take that. So this is, let's do some renaming here. Yearly change. Net is net change. Density. Yep. And that's fine. Land area, that's fine. So that's total land area. So India 0.9 million square kilometers. All right, net migrants. All right, so that's net. Rename. Yeah, okay. And then FERT is rate, fertility rate, median age, med age is, med is median age. And then I got urban, so I can hide, I'm using it in that, so we will, now we can hide that. And world share is this. All right. There we go. Fertility rate. Okay. All right. And then we have this, and then we have a null. What is that null? What is that? What is the null? And where is it? Or maybe I just, oh, is that the, so then we'll just exclude this. And we'll exclude it on the entire data source. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. All right. And now we'll replace this data source. Well, we didn't create much off of it, so let's just close this. There we go. All right. Now we should be good to go. Okay. But another good, useful tip of why it's good to validate your data. Make sure it makes sense, right? So now if we like, now we can start doing this. So what if we do like, That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, this is an interesting kind of map. Shows where people... Oh, that's interesting. Look at this. I think we just found our story. So obviously 2023, we're currently in the middle of, we're still in the middle of the Ukraine war, Russia war, right? So what's this unknown here? Edit. Oh, okay. There we go. So you can see that people are leaving Russia, and they are, and a lot of people are, does this mean people are, what does that mean? Migrants. How many migrants? Yeah, so this is, so people, so there's 1.7 million people moving into, or they're migrating out of. I don't know, but that's interesting that those two pop out. So we'll keep that as a possibility. We only have a single year of data. So what if we do like, oh, what's this number? Where's that number? Oh. Oh, that's the source. All right, that's the row number. So we'll get rid of that too. And where's my measure names card? There. That was weird. I didn't know you could. I didn't know that was ever like gone, but interesting. Okay. There. Now we can hide this to get rid of it so that we don't ever use it to make sense. Okay. Something that could be interesting is taking like, I'm thinking like a jitter plot type of thing. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Put it on detail, remove this, and then we take fertility rate. Now it looks 550. That's just because fertility rate is not it's a non-additive measure, so that's why it looks weird. But let's change this to a circle. And you can see we have a lot of stuff right here. And then what we can do to create a jitter plot is we can just do, there's a couple different ways we can do a jitter plot. One, we can jitter by doing a random function. So random is an unsupported, undocumented calculated field in Tableau. You can use it, but it's not supported. So use with caution. And it literally just randomizes, just like you would expect in Excel. A number between 0 and 1, it just completely randomizes it. What's the null here? Oh, because sometimes they don't have. So yeah, we'll just, if they have a null, we'll just remove them. So that's one way, is doing the random function. The way that I tend to do it is I'll just use an index based off of the country. Right? So it just randomizes the country. And then what you can do here, right? So from here, what you could do is you could do like we could do an average line for the fertility rate. So there's the average, and then we could show, or maybe not average, maybe a median with quartiles, right? So this is the upper quartile. This is the lower quartile, and this is the median. And then, so we kind of have this control chart. And then what we could potentially do is, could we take measure names and create let's see. The easiest probably way to do this, because I can't. Yeah, I can't do that. So what I was thinking about is we could just create some sort of an analysis type of thing where create kind of a dashboard where you can choose your different, or I guess what I could do is I could do measure names by measure values, and then, but that means that we get, again, we run into the same problem, right? Is we have these values here that are just kind of blowing it up, right? We have these really astronomical, and that doesn't really make any sense. So what we can do instead is, instead of doing just the raw number, we could take, again, I don't know if this is going to be what we want to do because we're using measure names and measure values. So I think actually what's probably going to make sense if we want to do it this way is I want to duplicate this data source. I want to edit this data source. I want to take all of my fields here, and I probably can't do that, because I have this calculated field here. So I can do this, and then I can pivot that, but because the urban didn't happen properly, it didn't convert properly, we're not able to include that in the pivot, right? So if I select, you can see here I don't have the ability to pivot that. What do we want to do here? I could do that. I don't know if I necessarily want to or not. I hope that many people are I hope that what you're seeing through this is like nobody just kind of creates a viz out of nowhere, right? There's a lot of iteration that happens. There's a lot of like validation that happens prior to, right? Like nobody just takes a data set and just magically creates something, right? There's always things that you're going to run into that aren't going to work the way that you want them, right? So anyway, what I was going down is we could do a percentile, and it would be based off of country, and then we would do that for each single one. Let's remove, and the other thing that I would need to do in order to do, okay, so what we're going to do instead, see, again, we're having fun here. I do think I'm going to create this kind of strip plot type of view. I think that's what I'm going to create, is a strip plot of all of the countries. And in order to do that, and what I want to show is I want to show which countries are below or above the median for all the countries in the world. And in order to do that properly, I need to have everything on I need to pivot those to be in a measure names and measure values. I need to pivot those so that I have a column called metric, and then I have a column called value, and then so as opposed to having a really horizontal data source, I'm going to have a really vertical one. So I'm going to do this in Tableau Prep so that I can fix the urban percentage. I can make everything work. I can make all the values kind of fit. And then we'll put it in there, and then we'll be able to do this much easier. So that will also allow me to do what I was going to do, which is I want to make everything a percentile, which will put all values between 0 and 1. But so they'll still have the same shape, kind of. Just thinking about this. So yeah, we'll kind of index these, right? We'll kind of do an index strip plot, if you will. Of course, now I'm just waiting for Tableau prep to finish up, but I know this has not been the most exciting Makeover Monday, but again, it's all part of the process, right? This is the process that a lot of us are going through on a weekly basis. There we go. Okay, so let's connect to data. Let's connect to... Can you copy and paste into prep like you can in Tableau? I don't know. I've never tried. No, doesn't look like it. All right, so we'll save this on my Mac. And we'll do downloads, and we'll call this 2024 05. And now we'll do that. And we'll do downloads. So we get to see some Tableau prep in action, right? I don't need row number, and I don't need this number. And yeah, so we'll go, I think everything else here looks good. We'll go here. We'll go start cleaning up this data here. I'm going to remove the null country. And I'll need to yearly change. Well, I wonder actually, now that if I do this and I do use the data interpreter, will it fix my values? Look at that! The data interpreter is pretty awesome, guys. So if you do use the data interpreter, Tableau's like, oh yeah, I found 2 row headers, right? So my header took up 2 rows, right? You can see here there's a split here, so Tableau figured that out. And Tableau was like, oh yeah, I got you. And it fixed urban population. So everything's coming in as a number. Tableau prep, man, it's pretty awesome. All right, so now I don't even need to really do anything. I just need to go straight to pivot. Highlight all of my values. Drop them over here. Call this metric. Call this values. And is that it? So yeah, we've got a row per country per metric in here now. Let's do some reordering here. There we go. And now we'll just output this as a, hyper extract will be fine. So we'll just call this 2024-05. Put it in my data sources. Yeah, let's just put it on my local here on the downloads. Click accept. Run. Took less than a second. Now we'll go back into Tableau. Add a new data source. More downloads. Hyperfile. There's everything. Go here. Metric on columns. Values on rows. Country on detail. Mark to a circle. Then I'll do a percentile. So we've got every value between, and then we'll make sure that we're doing table. Let's see, let's edit the table calculation because I want it to make sure it's going the right way. For each country. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right. 20 nulls. Let's get rid of it. So now every value is between 1 and 0, right? And we'll do entire view. I'll add in my index again. Format that to compute using the country. Interesting. So what's interesting here is we have a lot of metrics that are exactly the same, which is interesting, I think. So now what we can do is, what happens if is the median of everyone going to be 50%? No, not. It's not good. All right. Median. That pretty much is, right? So that's kind of what we lose here. The other option, if we wanted to stick with this, is we would just we'd go back to our old data set, and we don't need this anymore. We can clear the table calculation. You can see this is interesting, right? Like percentile, everything was up here, right? But here, you can see there's some giant outliers. And again, we still have, not sum of density. I just want the, got it. Density, right? That's the number of people per square kilometer, right? So that's huge. Macau and Monaco have 24,000 people. Monaco has 24,000 people per square kilometer. That's huge. Those are outliers. And then what we would do is we would just duplicate this, and then we would just, I don't need that in here. There we go. And then this would be the next one, which would be the fertility rate. And get the doc out of there. There we go. And then, and then duplicate this, which I think might actually be better. All right. So now I'm curious, is land area and density, look at that. That's incredible. And that makes sense, right? Russia's giant, but it's mostly uninhabited. Monaco is 1 square. They have 25. Am I reading that right? Monaco is 1 square kilometer, and they have 25,000 people living in that small kilometer. That's incredible. That's wild. Okay. Well, anyway. I don't know if I like that. I don't think we like that view. So maybe we did prep for no reason. But anyway, so then we just kind of keep going here. Median age. Just looking to see if anything kind of pops out. And then we'll kind of kind of interesting. For the most part, they all stayed there. Net change. Oh, that's the number of people. This is the what? Fertility rate, net change. Oh, that's population net change. This is migration. Okay. What if we create, I know I'm skipping around here, but what if we like what if we have like country, and then we do like oh, here we go. Here's what I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking is like, let's do a map. Let's do, oh, I want, let's get rid of this. Delete. Let's close that. Okay. And then we'll do, change it to a map. Maybe we'll put net change. So yeah, that would mean that 2.9 million people, there was a 2.9 million person reduction in population, and there's 11.4 million in that. And then what I'm thinking we do is we create either a Vision tooltip or like a table view of what they rank high in, right? So it's kind of a world scorecard, if you will. So like, what is their rank? Maybe that's what we do. Create a rank of, like, for each of the metrics, where do they rank, right? So if I were to hover on Ukraine or click on Ukraine, I would want to see across these whatever dimensions, where do they rank, right? And do I need a pivoted view, or would it be better to do, I think it actually might be, let's do it this way. Let's do a map, metric, net change, unknown, edit, Chechnya, or Czech Republic. There we go. And then we'll change it to a map. I changed it to net change, therefore I can just take my value and go here. There we go. So this is going to be our world map. Okay. And then what I'm thinking we do is, let's have each metric here. Let's have let's do this. Let's do, I need to create a parameter. We'll do selected country, string. The default value is Ukraine, because it's on the top of my list. It's on the top of my head right now. And then we'll do if selected country equals country, then values end. And then we'll do that here. Nope, it's got to be the other way around, because I'd like to shorten some of these. right? I want to shorten some of those. So let's new sheet. Well, am I using that here? I'm using that. There we go. This one. New sheet. Measure names. Measure values. But then I don't have the ability to do a rank. Okay. It's alright. This is going to be kind of... So density is... let's rename these. This is population per square km. Let's actually put these out. So fertility rate, land area is the square km. This is population net change. Right? Or is it? I don't think so. It might not be. Net change. Yeah. And this is the percentage, right? No. Okay, so it is. So net change is the population net change. Yes. Okay. And then the yearly is the percentage change. Okay, so this is the population net change. Population, population square m, urban percentage, world share, yearly change. Okay. Got it. Okay. That's that, yep. And then we'll have, well, this I want to be selected country equals country dependency. True. There we go. And then we'll kind of rearrange these. Well, we'll make fertility. We need to do some default formatting. Is that right? Fertility rate. That doesn't sound right. Ukraine. Right, so it's not a percentage, it's just, so fertility rate is just a automatic number with one decimal place with the percentage sign there. There we go. All right, or no, it's not even a percentage, it's just, there we go. 1.3. Land square area. Yep. So Ukraine has 570 square kilometers. 45 is the median age. They had 7.7 migrants. So let's do population, yearly change. So the Ukraine makes up 0.46% of the world's population with 36.7 million people. They saw a reduction in population of 7.4% over year. The fertility rate, so how big are they? So they have a land area. Well, their population, the reason, yeah, so fertility rate next. Then we'll do age, median age, migrants, yearly change, population, that's that. Fertility, land area, migrants, that goes into the population metrics. Fertility, age, land, population per land, and then urban percentage. So they have, most of Ukraine is urban, which is interesting. Okay, great. Now let's think about how, what I'd like to do is I would like to have the, where does Ukraine rank among other countries in relation to each of these metrics? That's what I want to do. So let's think about how we would do that. Well, let's new worksheet. I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna have to switch data sources here, but maybe we'll see. Okay, so and then let's just do it for fertility rate, and then we'll get that. I want to change this to a rank. No, I want to change this to, I want to do an index. Fertility rank. I'll put that down here. I'm going to, this is going to be edit the table calculation for rank, specific dimensions, sort, custom, fertility rate, sum, descending. Okay. So now I need to figure out how I can hide. So then what I can do is, if selected country equals country, I can do this. This will be country filter. But instead of putting it on filter, I'm going to put it on rows. I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to hide all of the false. And but I thought that if I hide it, I don't want to exclude it, I want to hide it because the Ukraine should see. No, that's not right. I can't, this can't be right. Edit calculation, custom sort, fertility rate. Okay, whew. There we go. I was doing it on the. There we go. I had to edit my table calculation because I was like, "There's no way that's right." Okay. Now we'll click OK. Now we can hide all of the false. So they have a fertility rate of 1.3 that ranks 220 among all other countries. What do we do now? Let's do a okay. Let's remove this. World share. Okay. All right, because we don't have measure names there. Okay. Yep. So anyway, we'll have to do this kind of interestingly. Okay. Let's have, and then we'll just do. I've got measure names there, so I guess we'll do. This is gonna look kind of weird, but it'll work for what I'm trying to do. This will be fertility rate. And then I can hide this. Hide this. Hide that. Hide the, well, yeah, hide this. And then essentially what I have to do now so that's but what if we do this, if we do that, show the value, well it would be this way. Values, and then just, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, a rank, and then we'll do values again, and then we do, this might be faster, this might be a lot easier, filter her, but instead of, let's do rank, let's do index. Let's put that here, and let's edit this table calculation to be specific dimensions. Metric on country, specific dimensions, custom metric values, sum descending. So now if I do calculation 1 here, nope, I need to do country equals selected country, here. Hide that. What do I get? Do I get? No, I don't. Darn it. Oh, there we go. Country. Because it's not. No, that's not working. It's not working the way that I wanted it to. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to make separate sheets. But I know that this works. I know that this other way works. Not here, not this. This one, right? So essentially what I can do, and I'm running out of time, but essentially what I'm thinking of doing here is creating sheets for each metric to show what the actual value is for the country selected, what their rank is for that, and then essentially create a dashboard that has the map, select a country, and then be able to show that. So I will work on that, and I will. I'm not going to take any more time because I've got other things going on. But yeah, so we got there. It took a little while. This is the ideation process in real time, right? This is me, right? So had a little bit of viz block, trying to figure out what we're gonna do. We all struggle with it. We all have it. But if we just keep iterating through, just do something, right? Keep it active. Keep yourself active. You'll finally land on something you like. But I think I'm in a good place here. I'm on a good path, and we'll kind of go with that. So with that, I'm going to end it here. I know I didn't finish it. I apologize, but we'll get better next time. So thank you so much for watching. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. Go Chiefs in the Super Bowl this week. It's my team, as you can see here. It's going to be a good time. Thank you so much for watching. This is how we viz, right? So, as always, Sean Miller, Hipster Viz Ninja. We are data people. Go forth and viz.